Hi everyone, is it just me or can hosting Thanksgiving be a little overwhelming? Well, this year I'm going to be hosting Thanksgiving for my mom's family, and I wanted to show you step by step how I'm going to be preparing for that. So over the next 3 weeks I'm going to be doing a little mini series where I show you what I do for prep 3 weeks before, 2 weeks before, 1 week before, day before, and Thanksgiving Day. First, I'm going to write out the guest list because I need to know how many people are going to attend before I plan the menu and know how much food needs to be provided and cooked. I am going to be storing all of this in my recipes planner. This is going to be a much smaller Thanksgiving. If I was hosting this for my dad's family, it would probably be over 40 people. And the second step is, of course, to plan the menu, taking into consideration what your family's traditions are, what they expect to have at Thanksgiving every year, and also dietary restrictions. I know for myself, I can't have dairy or gluten, so I'm gonna have to make some extra food so that I can actually eat something when I'm there. Then decide what each item needs to be cooked in. So for example, the turkey needs to be cooked in the oven. The rolls need to be cooked in the oven. We'll be using a crock pot for kielbasa and sauerkraut, which is actually a family recipe from my husband's family. And then I'm going to designate who I would like to cook each item. So for example, I'm going to ask my brother to bring some pumpkin bread with him. The third thing that I'm going to do is create a table layout and a seating chart. I have devoted a page in my Happy Planner, and I just went on Excel, but you could easily just draw this out in your planner, and measured the room that I'm going to put the tables in. And then kind of on Excel, I played around with different measurements and came to this conclusion that I need 2 5-foot tables, and I can fit 7 people at one table and 6 people at the other table. I'm going to be renting the tables, found them for about $8 each, and I'm going to write down the information for the rental place on the back of that sheet. My fourth step is to designate where the food and drinks are going to go. So I decided that I'm going to use my dining room table as kind of the buffet table where the actual food is going to go. The guests will get drinks from where my current coffee bar is, and we'll have desserts out on a side table in the room where people will be eating. And then in my kitchen, I'll have the crock pots on a table, and they're going to be kept in the kitchen so that there's an outlet nearby and people aren't tripping over cords. I also want to designate which areas I want to decorate. So for example, I like to decorate my hearth, but I also want to decorate the buffet table, the beverage table, the desserts table. And finally, I'm going to decide what time I want Thanksgiving to start at, which is 3 p.m. for me, and then contact everyone to let them know that they're invited. You could also send out invitations. This year, I'm just going to keep it simple and contact everyone. And the idea of this is to really decrease the stress that is associated with Thanksgiving Day itself, where you're in the kitchen all day and you don't get to spend time actually with your family and giving thanks for what you've been given, which is kind of what Thanksgiving is supposed to be all about. So that's how I am prepping for Thanksgiving 3 weeks before Thanksgiving Day, and I hope that this mini-series helps you in your prep for maybe not necessarily Thanksgiving, but for some sort of party that you are hosting. If you'd like to see more planner ideas, please check out my Instagram at PersonalizeMyPlanner, and I'll see you next week with my prep for Thanksgiving 2 weeks ahead. Bye!
Just wanna go, go.